Hi, I'm your host for Quran Keep It Real podcast, and today I'd like to introduce a leader, an entrepreneur, a CEO, an activist, financial advisor, realtor who focuses on educating the community on ways to build wealth, knowledge, and resources. Thank you for being a guest, Nastashia.
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 Yes.
Yes, thank you for being a guest on my podcast. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
First of all, I want to just talk to you about how did you get involved in helping the community or just having resources for the community?
Well, I started off doing operations for an advisor who works primarily with dentists and practitioner owners, or dental practitioner owners. And I was just paying attention to the conversations they were having, setting themselves up for the future and their families up. And I realized that it wasn't a regular part of the people around me, the conversations that they have. So that's why it sparked my interest. Like, okay, he knows all this information, he's spreading it to these people. I should be that person for the people around me.
Oh, I absolutely agree on that. So mostly like you help the urban community or
I would say it kind of depends. My community, I have different communities.
Yeah.
A lot of people have different communities.
Yeah.
So there will be the community I grew up with. It could be people I went to school with is another community.
Okay.
Another community could be family. Another community could be, for example, I work with a lot of realtors. So that's a community that I'm involved in.
Okay.
Women, that's another community. So whichever communities I'm involved in, that's how I contribute to them.
Okay, I understand that. Resource wise, how do you your company or where you work for help the community with resources?
I mean, it's different ways. I think the biggest thing that a lot of people kind of sleep on is just the education in itself. Sometimes we don't realize what we don't know, and sometimes when we think we know a little something, we think we know it all, and we don't.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing first is the education, kind of giving people a new bar or like a new standard or something else to work towards, and then after that it's just a matter of actually helping people set those things up.
So education is first.
Yes.
You get to know what's going on so you can decide what you want to do with your future.
Exactly.
So basically you help people that trying to find out what they want to do with their future.
Yeah, so like for example, as an advisor, I don't go into the conversation saying, hey, you do all these things because that's what you should do,
right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's more like, what do you want to do?
Right.
What are your goals for yourself and your family? And then from there, it's, okay, well, these are the ways that I can help you reach that.
Wow.
And in addition to that, it's also, and I know this isn't your goal, but this is what most people who are in your age or in your position should be thinking about. So that's pretty much how it goes.
So you work with all ages? Like, what's the age groups?
It's not. I mean, it kind of depends. I just met with a client today who's 78. You know.
Oh wow. I'm not trying to be in their business, but like, what do they want to do at the age of 78? That's incredible.
He's already retired, so at this point, he's moving money around, growing. So a lot of people think that just because they're retired and they've set their retirement up, that's just permanently how it's done. You know. But there are ways that you can actually invest your money in different ways or protect it in different ways, create more income for yourself. So for him, it was a matter of, for example, he used his life insurance and turned it into an annuity, which means that the life insurance he had for that whole time now is income for him for the rest of his life. And then he also, what else did we do? So I've been doing a lot of conversations with him and older people about preparing for death. So a lot of people, they don't want to have that conversation.
No, they don't. No.
That's the kind of conversation we would have.
Okay.
Income and death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say if it was someone, let's say in their 30s or 40s. Usually, my fan base is between 25 and 34. What advice can you give them how to prepare for?
So I can give you some pretty general advice that most people should think about. I can't necessarily give advice without knowing someone's situation.
Okay.
But at the very least, anybody who's over the age of 18 should have powers of attorney in place. Somebody that's taking care of their finances and someone that's taking care of their medical. If you don't have someone that's in place for that, the court will put someone in place for you.
Yes.
And you don't know what their decisions are going to be or how that impacts you. So that's
So
the
set
first
up a
thing.
goal and a plan for your future, basically.
Yeah, that's just on one of the things. You know?
Life insurance, stuff
Life
like that.
insurance.
Put money away. You said annuities
Start
is
investing.
one good.
Well, that's not for a 25-year-old.
Okay.
Or, that's something for someone who's a bit older.
Okay.
Like, we start having annuity conversations when someone's in their 40s, and even then, you have to wait until a certain age to actually start taking income from it.
So what's kind of like big for like someone 18 and over, how to invest their money or put their money to the side for if they want to start a business or something like that, or be an entrepreneur like you are?
I think the biggest thing, other than purchasing life insurance, because you never know when you can't have it anymore. And life insurance is one of the only things that you have to actually apply for and you can be declined for based on your health.
Yes.
So, and life insurance has so many uses in the future. So, as a young adult at your healthiest, the best bet for you would be to get some term insurance at the very least, but
Okay.
not just any term insurance. You want to get term insurance that can be converted into a good permanent policy.
Okay.
So, it's more to that, and that's why my first thing of advice would be get an advisor.
Yes.
Like, don't try to do it by
I
yourself.
understand where you're coming from because
Yeah.
through my job,
Yeah.
they take it out my check.
Yeah.
I don't pay that much, but it do come out my check monthly.
But you don't own that insurance.
Right.
That your job owns that insurance. So whenever you leave your job, you no longer have life insurance anymore.
Right. That's right.
Unless there's unless they have it set up to where you can buy that insurance and take it over. So that's the thing that a lot of people miss, and you know,
Yes.
they go their whole life like, yeah, I've got life insurance with my
Right.
job, and then they finally retire and they don't have life insurance.
That part.
and
Yeah,
they're like, I
exactly.
need life insurance. Well, life insurance is a lot more expensive now.
And then they take all that money out, then you don't have anything when you leave the job, right?
Yep.
So y'all got to think about this type of situation, these type of things. Find you an advisor to help with your
Planning.
With your planning.
Yeah.
Also want to talk to you about how do you like what you do, like trying to stop crime rate, because you know in the community it's a lot of crime going around. So can you give us some advice, or how is you trying to change things and make it better for us right now?
Yeah, so my idea is just that when people are living in prosperity and in abundance, they're not committing crimes. So obviously it's not a overnight situation, but the more people who you start to educate on other ways that you can get money, for example, parents starting investment accounts for their children, life insurance policies for their children, so that when their child is older, they already have money to the side, and you didn't have to put as much money into it because you started and it compounded over time.
Yes.
Learning about those types of things that it could seem so small, but at the end of the road, you're set.
Yeah.
You know, so like when you
And there won't be so much pressure on the family in case anything happens, you know.
yeah, and it's just when you're used to kind of like just not knowing what's going on, that runs in the family often. You know, so it just takes someone in that family to care enough to try to start changing it, and you know, starting to want to learn, and then they'll pass them on to all their family members that they care about, and then those people who, you know, want to participate. Because here's the thing, a lot of people don't want to do what they should do.
That's true.
Like a lot of people reject, you know, things that they should do. But for those who actually keep on passing on, spreading along, it'll become contagious to the community. And when you think about it, the majority of the people who are, you know, trying to be good with their money and trying to learn and trying to invest, and now they're working together as a community, like it just changes the whole feel of the community to me. So,
Yeah, it do. It really
yeah.
do. So another question I want to ask you about empowering you say you empower all types of people, but you know, mostly working with empowering females.
Women.
Women. So empowering strong women. What advice?
Or not strong women.
Oh, not strong women. That's trying to understand how to get involved with your firm or your activists and stuff like that, or want to see and talk to you.
You saying like how could they?
Yeah, like how could they get involved for the women that's watching?
Well, I'm assuming you're saying as far as get involved, like how can they have financial planning or?
Yeah, financial planning, and also not only get in touch with you, but how to build their own business. Like,
oh, okay. So when it comes to like, for example, if someone wants to become a financial advisor, I would say the first simple step is to talk to like the director of the firm.
okay.
Most firms are always bringing people in because it's not an easy industry to survive in. You have to work very hard. You have to be very passionate about it. So it's not a very easy industry to survive in.
And plus, you got to have education, and
Yeah.
you go to school for that, right?
So you do have to get a few licenses.
Okay.
So at the firm that I work at, you have to have your Series 7, your 65 or your 66, your SIE, Life Accident and Health,
Okay.
and your variable license. There might be a couple other ones in
Wow.
there.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but
It's
once
not expensive. I mean, it's not. It is very expensive to do it.
yeah, but some firms actually pay for that.
Okay.
It's just a matter of the thing is like if they're gonna pay for it, you gotta keep passing the test the first time. You
Okay.
can't fail the test, or they'll drop you out the program. But if you actually want to be a financial advisor, I think the first step is just to actually go to a Prudential or Mass Mutual, Northwestern Mutual, all those different types of firms, and talk to the director.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how do you, I asked you that question about the young ladies and stuff like that, because you are very empowerment, success, and you talk about how the young women need to reach their goals. What advice do you have for young women that don't have a way out? Because I also talk to the less fortunate, feed the homeless and stuff like that. I'm part of my community also, and I tell people all the time, find a church, find some kind of people that do some kind of things, and find connections. Like me and you met, I met you at TED Talk. Just go around in the community because people want to help, but they don't have. A lot of people come to me like, how do you do it? How do you go by it? What advice could you give people that want to learn more or want to help people like you're doing right now? Because it's a lot of leaders and women want to do it.
Yeah.
And with children, I met a lot of females that need role models for their kids and stuff like that because they single parents. Let's talk. I want to talk to the less fortunate instead of just talk about people that have money.
Well, what it sounds like you're saying is how can the people who are less fortunate still participate?
Yes.
And like change their situation. So here's the thing. Some people believe what they see. Some people see see it and then they believe it. So I can't change anyone's way their brain is wired.
Right.
If you only say my environment is like this, so therefore that's all I get, I can't change the way you think.
Right.
But there are so many people out there who see their surroundings and say, well, guess what? That's not what I'm about to have. And that was me, and I didn't grow up in poverty per se, but I'm definitely surpassing what I grew up in, So, and it wasn't because even I have family members around me that were doing something so spectacular. It was just literally maybe my imagination, like maybe I mean,
that's real.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe it was reading. I don't know. What I would say is,
did you think that you would be, that was your dream job or?
I didn't know if it would be an advisor. I knew it would be something important.
Yes.
I always knew that. I've always, as a child, said that this is my thing. I don't care what else anybody else does. This is my thing. I think, like you said, going to church is a good way to open people's mind and build faith.
Yes.
Because a lot
God
of
first. That's what I tell people all the time.
if you don't have faith in what it is that you're doing, you're going to keep quitting, keep doubting yourself, and you'll never think that it's actually possible. So I think church is like one of the first steps. And then the next step from that is actually figuring out what you want to do and working towards it. And then if you keep beating down that path, the doors will start to open because you have faith that they will. And people will actually come to you. People will actually come to you and offer themselves to you because they see what you're trying to do. So as long as you actually are working actively towards something every day, it'll open the doors for you.
Okay. So how long you been doing this?
As an advisor, I've been I've been an advisor for 2 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're so skilled at it, like you've been doing it for a long time.
Well, I've always been a planner.
Okay.
So all I needed then was
I know that.
the other information, you know. But that's good that I feel skilled.
And then you also. You know, you giving, I don't want to use a color code to it, but a lot of black women, is they in that field or?
Nope.
So you giving hope to black girls that say that we can do anything we want to do. Black women, black girls. And I'm so grateful that you came to the show to just wake a lot of people up and give people any opportunities out there.
If you want to be a financial advisor, it's always opportunity for you. You just got to pass your test. And again, it's not an easy industry to walk into, but if you do survive it, the thing that everyone says is no one ever stops being an advisor once they're in there for more than 5 years. You're literally going to just always be a financial advisor the rest of your life because you make so much money doing it.
I need to get talk to you more about that because like you just put me up on something about how my life insurance if I leave my job, what will happen to me. So
you're like,
now you got me thinking. So basically, it's a lot of things that we need to work on, like you said, and learn and figure out what we really want to do with our life. Find out what successful paths. It's nothing wrong with choosing. I won't say choosing the wrong path, but I just feel like you could. Try to figure out what job you want. You can try anything you like. If you like it, there's plenty of jobs out here. You ain't got to just stick with one job. You can change jobs if you want to. You can change careers if you want to. It don't matter your age. So, Nastashia. Thank you so much for coming on Keep It Real Quran, Keep It Real podcast.
Yeah, of course. I
really appreciate that. Can you let anybody know about your platforms that you're on right now, that they can see you or...
So the actual platform that I'm active on is LinkedIn. So I make a lot of professional content. The LinkedIn is my name, so Nastashia, Young, Young. I make a lot of content for women. My thing is finance and fashion, so I find ways to incorporate the terminology of fashion with finance to make finance more understandable and relatable for women. It makes it easier to visualize the concepts that way. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, you can find that there.
Any resources you can let anybody know?
Get an advisor and you will have all types of resources available to you. I'm not playing with you. I'm not saying that just to say it. If you get yourself a financial advisor and one that's actually someone like myself who you say, this is what I'm trying to accomplish, I say, oh, well, here are a list of people who you should probably know. And also, here's some things that you should be doing right now to set yourself up. That's how financial advisors work. We're advisors. So we advise you in many different ways. We have clients in all different types of industries and we connect them. That's one of the biggest perks of working with an advisor.
That's awesome. So everybody that's trying to figure out their next career, what they want to do, I think you got to get your license and stuff like she said, and find you a great advisor, someone to talk to motivate you to try to find out what you want to do with your career. Because it's time that you have a career now. It's no money out here for people to survive off of. So we got to find a career that we can live stable. Of course, if you have kids or family, and something to leave back for your family and your kids. Thank you so much, Nastashia, for coming on my show. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
And It's a blessing to be alive, everybody. This is Quran Keep It Real podcast, and I see you next time. Love you. Peace.